Yes, folks, hello, welcome to MoDXtra Games and Collectibles. I'm Chris, this is my channel. Nice to see you, pleasure to have you here with me. I'm known online as the True Mr. Six, find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter, all that good stuff. But this, folks, is the second installment today of my new
Listen to your friend Chris
series, where I ask you to listen to your friend Chris. That's right, I'm just going to talk about some kind of collectible news, offer some commentary, share some thoughts, and just generally do like a little weekly update for the wonderful, gorgeous, handsome, witty, erudite, and amazing MoDXtra Games and Collectibles viewing community. So stick around for 6 seconds, let's talk about some stuff that's been going on in my collectible world in the last week. Alright then, folks, well, thank you so very much for sticking around. Let's get into it. And if you're new around these parts, the format of these videos is very straightforward. I'd like to prowl around and stay on top of action figure and collectible news. Anything that catches my eye, I'll grab the picky, I'll save it, I'll share it in my little window in the corner of the screen here, offer some thoughts about it, and then invite you and encourage you to drop down into the comments below and share your thoughts and give your comments about it. And it's as simple as that, really. And it can be all sorts of stuff. I've got many and varied interests across the kind of action figure and general collectibles world. And I'm going to start us off today with a little bit of Neca news, because this caught my eye. This bad boy here, I'm looking at him on the screen there. This is a full 80s hair metal John Bon Jovi figure. Awesome. Look at that. I'm a big classic rock guy. I really enjoy it when two of my favourite worlds, the kind of classic rock music scene and my collectible nerdy scene mashed together, and this is just an excellent example of that. The Neca figures are decent, they do a good sculpt. Sometimes the faces are a little bit shaky. This one looks like it might be a little bit shaky, but overall they have this wonderful aesthetic. And I do have a small collection of what I call my band in plastic, which is a variety of action figures and statues of characters and rock stars and whatnot playing guitars. You know, I've got like an Oz from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I've got a Pete Townsend somewhere. He's over there by the guitar, you know, and yeah, I really enjoy the Neca stuff that they do. They've done like a Freddie Mercury, they've done a Willie Nelson, they've done, who else have they done? Oh, AC/DC, they've done some AC/DC figures. They did a really great Elton John diorama set with an action figure with soft goods. It was the Dodger Stadium concert from 1975, where Elton John had the LA Dodgers uniform in the with the sparkles and the glitters on it and stuff. So yeah, that was really awesome. Although it was outside of my price range, and I'm limited, as many of us are, in terms of space to fit that in. But yeah, I really enjoy it when Neca do these kinds of things. It's just great to see these two worlds that I'd really love and enjoy combine. You know, the music world and the action figure collecting world. So this definitely gave me a moment's pause. Will I pick it up? Will I buy one? I don't know. Maybe not. It'd be nice to have a new addition to the band in plastic. But what I'm finding of late is that they're all sitting in a box over here. Well, you can't see it off screen, but they're all sitting in a box over here. And so, is it just another purchase that's going to end up in a box? I don't know. Let's see. But still, really fun, really engaging stuff, and I can definitely see there's an audience that would appeal to. You know, long-haired rocker types like me who like collecting action figures as well. Just a little random follow-up on some figures that I pointed out and mentioned last week. So I was quite excited to see that there was a Wonder Woman coming in the DC Multiverse, the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. The figure, I don't know, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I don't know if it's any good or not, really. The face sculpt seems to have descended in quality from some initial promo shots all the way through to the renders that we've seen of late. But the point I wanted to make was that DC Multiverse seems to be actually increasingly difficult to pre-order here in the United Kingdom. And I suppose this is a call out to anyone out there who's a DC Multiverse collector. I'm only a casual, even though I'm a massive DC Comics fan, I'm only a casual. But is there something to do with supply or exclusivity, or I don't know what's going on, because I found it really difficult. I can't source the new Wonder Woman to pre-order it anywhere. And my Catman pre-order that I made literally months ago still hasn't shown up, and that was due in like September. So is there something going on with McFarlane and DC Multiverse and supply into the United Kingdom or into Europe? I don't know, but if anyone out there does know, then let me know in the comments, because I'd be interested. As only someone who sort of casually dips his toe into DC Multiverse, I'm a bit sort of curious as to why Wonder Woman, which is like a flagship character that you'd think every store, adult collectible toy store and Amazon and our high street toy stores and anybody would want a Wonder Woman, but just can't seem to see or find her anywhere, which is a bit of a mystery to me. So I don't know if any of you folks have noticed, but I've got a couple of reviews on the channel for Gentle Giant statues, specifically the Scotty Young Marvel animated statues. I'm a big fan of Scotty Young's work. I think he's got a lot of character, a lot of personality. I really enjoy the kind of super deformed, little cutesy chibi thing that he does. I've got a small collection of the statues. They're relatively inexpensive when compared to your larger statue stuff. They obviously take up less real estate to display, which is nice. And there's 3 figures that on their website, they've been on pre-order for a while, but they've listed as are going to be shipping soon, and that's this really awesome Blade. Then we've got this Moon Knight figure here, which I think looks really excellent, and then we've got this Sue Storm, which is awesome with that little transparent lower half there going on. They're charming. They're charming little pieces. They are just so colourful and just really add a feel of energy to that particular display. You can sort of stand and soak it in for ages. It's very, very enjoyable on that front. And yeah, I just think these, now that they're shipping, I'll be more on the lookout for. They can be a bit difficult, again, to get hold of here over in the United Kingdom, especially because they do limited runs. They'll only do them in sort of batches. They'll only make 3,000, 4,000, maybe 5,000 of the statues themselves. And there's only a couple of retailers that I know of, like comic stores, friendly local comic stores that stock them. But now I've heard they're shipping and on the way, I may be more interested in picking them up. So if you've not looked at them before, I would highly recommend them. I think they're lovely pieces. All hand painted as well. Just really great craftsmanship on them. But they're very eye-catching, great display pieces, and just exuding personality. Look at that. Amazing. So yeah, that's something that's caught my eye, and that I highly recommend to anyone who's not looked at them before. Now then, there's obviously a large focus on G.I. Joe on this channel. I'm in deep with G.I. Joe Classified series, and I know a lot of you folks watching G.I. Joe Classified series fans too. That's how you came to my channel, through my reviews of G.I. Joe Classified series stuff. And there's been some interesting things going on around and about in that space. I'm going to start with this here, the Higher Toys, what do they call them? The Exquisite Minis. So these are a 4-inch G.I. Joe collection with 15 points of articulation by Higher Toys there. There's a Destro and a 5. Is there a 5 plate? Anyway, but this is the latest one that they've announced, is the Baroness. I'm not really the biggest fan of 4-inch, if I'm being honest. I'm a 6-inch guy, he says, being absolutely juvenile. Outrageously childish. But I'm a man-child who plays with action figures. Of course I'm stuck in a juvenile state of arrested development. There's kind of laugh at jokes of that nature. Maybe you are too. I don't know. Perhaps I've put a couple of you off. But in any case, yeah. They are interesting, though. I feel like they do an awful lot in terms of the sculpt quality and with the points of articulation that they offer for a 1/18 scale figure, I think is eye-catching for sure. There's definitely a kind of anime-esque look, feel, aesthetic to the face sculpt on the figure. So if that's your bag, if you're sitting in that space, then this could be of interest to you. Like I say, I'm probably not going to go on a 4-inch line, but it definitely caught my eye, and I thought I'd share it with some folks that I know are G.I. Joe fans. That said, there has been a little bit of something going on recently that might turn me on to 4-inch 1/18 scale figures, because Fresh Monkey Fiction through Big Bad Toy Store have got the Eagle Force 40th anniversary line, celebrating 40 years of Eagle Force. But if anyone out there like me is an old school 80s child who read classic Battle Action Force and was into the Action Force version of G.I. Joe before it became the Hasbro G.I. Joe back then, might feel a few kind of nostalgic vibes coming off a few of these. So we've got like Count Ironmoon here, and look at the helmet that he's got up in the top corner there. And then we've got this guy, the Apophis Legion Crimson Moon Legionnaire, and they're obviously head swappable. So like that helmet on that body, you know what I'm saying? It's got a few. Yeah, you see it. I can tell you can see it. It's got some proper Baron Ironblood vibes, you know, with red shadow vibes in the helmets there. And then take a look at this dude. Let me move my slide deck on one more. The Gorgils. And it's got the got some serious kind of Kraken vibes that it's giving off there. And then we got this dude, the Killer Warg, with the all red uniform, and then that head swap with the helmet in the corner. So yeah, these have definitely caught my eye. They're skirting the line of something, aren't they, in terms of IP? But these are 4 inches. They've got these curious resemblances to stuff that's twanging little nostalgia strings in me, and I suspect some of my viewers who are UK based will be seeing and feeling it too, with all the head swaps and all that, so that you can kind of bring it in line with making it look how you want. I mean, if I was to pick them up, I would totally take the helmet head off that Apophis Legion Crimson Moon Legionnaire, pop it on that Count Ironmoon body, and then pop the Count Ironmoon head on that. Well, I wouldn't need to, because that guy's got a little beret head that looks a bit like, well, you know who. You know who. The Black Major. The problem is they're just expensive, you know. They come in at $27, exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store as well. So there's no UK supplier. I'd have to pay for shipping to get them to come over from the US. So for 4 figures, I'm looking at $100 plus postage, and I'm just a bit like, that just feels a little bit too expensive for 1/18th scale stuff, as much as you've got all that extra gubbins in there with the hand swaps, the head swaps, and all the potential to make it look like a kind of old school Palatoy Battle Action Force display. So I'm a bit like that. However, what I will say is a massive thank you to the viewers who've been with me for a while now, because that's possibly where I'm going to put my my first YouTube ad revenue check into. I don't know. I'll see. Let me know in the comments down below whether I should do that or not, you know, because you contributed towards that, dear viewer. But yeah, it's just expensive. It's an expensive prospect, especially because Big Bad Toy Store and Fresh Monkey Fiction have got no UK supplier, which really sucks, because I would love to get my hands on, you know, the new 6-inch line that they're advertising, Operation Monster Force. I'd love to have a Naughty or Nice Father Christmas, Santa Claus, for this time of year, and I'm paying, you know, through the arse basically for shipping, and then things just take ages to get here. So, but in any case, if anything was going to bring me around to a 4-inch collection for a little tiny 4-inch display, I think this little handful. I mean, there's 40 of them. They're celebrating this 40th anniversary, so they're doing 40 figures, and there's loads of really cool figures in there. I highly recommend you go to Fresh Monkey Fiction's website and check them out, because there's lots of kind of 80s nostalgia style stuff in there that would resonate with many of my viewers, I suspect. But those particularly stood out to me because I thought, oh, look at that! I can get a Black Major, a Baron Ironblood, some red shadows, a Kraken. I can build the classic look, and that's really appealing and possibly worth paying for the shipping for. Let's see what happens, eh? Anyway, I said I was going to talk about G.I. Joe Classified, didn't I? And then went on a massive tangent about Higher Toys and Eagle Force and Battle Action Force Palatoy figures and stuff, and never actually spoke about the G.I. Joe Classified stuff. So let's get into that. So, Entertainment Earth have an area on their webpage called the Drop Zone. It's like a little preview area that hints at upcoming releases, or offers up, you know, dates for the diary to come back and see what the new hot releases are. And there's been a number of Hasbro slots taken up in the Drop Zone, with these quirky little kind of cheeky blurbs on them, these little funny write-ups to attract your attention. Incidentally, folks, I'm an Entertainment Earth affiliate, and so if you already shop with them or are thinking about shopping with them, I'd be ever so grateful if you consider using my affiliate link that's in the description down below. It's a win-win, because if you're shopping with them already, you're doing the shopping that you planned on doing in any case, but I get a little bit of a kickback, and you can help out with things like the expensive shipping costs for importing figures from overseas, so that I've got a wider variety, a more interesting variety of stuff on the channel to review and take a look at with you guys. And there's all sorts of added benefits. They're all described down by the link in the description below, so go check that out. But getting back to the drop zone, there is some leading theories out there from some notable G.I. Joe Classified Series folks that believe that these might be the infantryman or rifleman. I can't remember what they called him, but this was the army builder, the 60th anniversary celebration army builder figure that they previewed at PulseCon this year. And then you got the Frogman as well, or the recon diver. Recon diver? Yeah, I think that's what the official title is, the 60th anniversary recon diver. So there's leading theories that in some of the cheeky blurbs that they've put on the unrevealed but dates for the diary kind of hint stuff that they've put in the drop zone, that these two are the figures that are going to go up for pre-order on December the 7th. So literally only like a week away now at the time of recording. So that's really interesting. That's really exciting. A bit sooner than I thought they might come for the 60th anniversary, because isn't that officially next year? But in any case, I suppose that would be pre-order now for arrival during the 60th anniversary year. There is some further evidence to support that, because also floating around on the old tinterwebs on the socials is the box reveal, although it's a leak, of that 60th anniversary rifleman, infantryman, action soldier, infantry. There you go. I can see it in the bottom corner of the box. That have been floating around. I picked that up off the UK G.I. Joe Classified Series fan page on Facebook, actually. That's where that hit my radar. Thanks, Leanne. You're probably not watching, but thanks, Leanne, anyway. So that would further support that they may well be one of those previews, one of those Hasbro previews that feel G.I. Joe Classified Series E, although obviously some of it could be Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, Black Series, whatever. But also, knocking around, we've seen some leaks of Big Boa in his box. Again, pick this up on the UK Classified Fans Facebook page. So that's got out the back door in some factory over in the east there, showing off Big Boa. So it could well be that one of those pre-orders is this beefy boxer himself. So keep your eyes and ears open, G.I. Joe Classified Series fans, but certainly be keeping your eye out around December the 7th, because I think there's going to be some new pre-order drops happening. And won't that be exciting just before Christmas? Might have to pre-order them ones on tick. Might just have to do a deposit and not a full payment. 3 weeks out from Christmas. With Mutton Junkyard apparently getting charged for and shipped right in the middle of December as well, because Hasbro obviously, well, it's not down to them, is it? I could just not buy the figures and not ruin my kids' Christmas, but I'm choosing to buy the figures and ruin my kids' Christmas. Whatever. And there we go. That's all the stuff in the news and out and about on the socials that caught my eye this week. But I'm certain there'll be other things going on. In fact, some of that information will be outdated by the time I get this video edited and posted. It's going to be at least another day or two before I do the turnaround on that. But I tell you what, if there is anything knocking around that's out and about, you think, oh, do you know who'd want to know about that? Is Chris? Then head down into the comments below. I'm quite happy for you to bang me a link and say, hey, check this out. I think you'd be interested in it, because I'm in the market to expand my horizons a little bit and look at some other interesting stuff. So please do that. Also, drop down in the comments below and share your thoughts on any of the stuff that I've talked about today. And finally, this is a new video series.
Listen to your friend Chris
series. So if you're liking what you're seeing here, then let me know. Give me some feedback if there's stuff you want to see more or less of. I'm half considering maybe live streaming it. Is that something you'd be interested about? But so those of you who are the mad regular viewers who've been with me since the beginning, then you'll have watched all the way to this point, so you folks let me know. And thanks to those who have also offered some feedback. Bobby, Colonel Angus, thanks guys for giving me a heads up. All right, well, that'll do for this week. I'm now just rambling on. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a great week, and swing back around these parts sometime soon for another review or another commentary video. Who knows? Who knows what video I'll make? Might even start putting together some wish lists for 2024 or some 2023 retrospective reviews or something. I don't know. Let's see what happens. The only way you'll know is by subscribing to the channel and hanging out. All right, folks. See you later.